Hi everyone. Today we will discuss about the ice. How, why, and what we are using ice. What are the different types of ice used in fish processing company as and their merits and demerits we will discuss too. Block ice. First one is block ice. It is commercially in 1869. Block ice was first manufactured. It is made by filling metal cans with water and lowering them into a bath of brine, usually sodium or calcium chloride, refrigerated to well below the freezing point of water. So the water in, kept in cans is immersed in a brine solution. The water freezes in the cans, and the ice blocks are removed from the cans after several hours of freezing. The cans are immersed in fresh water to release the ice block, which are then stored. So, block ice is made by using brine solution, dipping the water filled with cans in a brine solution, and after that, a fresh water is applied and it will take off the ice from the blocks. What are the merits? It is simple and easy to storage, handling, and transportation. Relatively slow melting rate and therefore losses during storage and distribution are minimal. The ice is compact and therefore less storage space is required. The ice can be reduced to any particle size as required through crushing before use. The plant is robust, engineering, and relatively simple to maintain by a competent mechanical engineer. The ice can be handled easily and solved by the block. And what are the demerits? The long time period, 8 to 36 hours, to complete the freezing of water in cans, block ice, from 12 to 140 kilometer. So it will take a long time. That is was demerit. High labor cost and continuous attention to operation is needed. So this is a high labor cost is all needed, and continuous attention operation is also required. It is not a continuous automatic process and it takes a long time to produce ice from first startup. Space requirement for the ice plant itself are greater than for modern ice makers. Automatic ice. Adequately treated binds are necessary to minimize equipment corrosion. Ice must be crushed before use. These are the demerits of block ice. Second one is flake ice. Flake ice can be defined as dry and subcooled. Small ice in flat pieces have an irregular wafer shape. So it is a wafer shaped irregular type of ice. This type of small ice is manufactured by spraying or pour water to a refrigerant surface, often in the form of cylinder or drum. So a cylinder or drum is rotated, and if ice is cool ice is water flow into the drums and it scrape off the water on the surface and forms thin layers of ice, 2 to 3 millimeter thickness. A scraper removes the subcooled ice, which breaks into small pieces resembling splinters of glass. So, splinters of glass resemble ice will brush down through by the scrapers present on the drum. So, the drum is rotating and water is flushed into it, and the scrapers will remove the all flakes and produce flake ice. These pieces of ice usually fall from the drum directly into refrigerant compartments for storage. The cooled cylinder can rotate either in vertically or horizontal plane. What are the merits? Flake ice has a larger heat exchange surface than most of other types of ice. Therefore, heat transfer between fish and ice occurs faster and more efficiently. It is made up of small pieces, so faster rate of absorption of heat. Due to the fact that flake ice is slightly subcooled, -5 to -7 degrees Celsius, it can give off 83 kilocalories per kilogram when melting from ice to water. Therefore, slightly more heat can be extracted than with other types of ice at a temperature of 0 degrees Celsius. It is easy to storage and handle when adequately designed. Subcooled -5 degrees Celsius insulated storage is provided, and the plant is small and compact, using less space than block ice plants. The manufacture of ice begins with a very short time of starting the machine, almost allowing ice on demand. So, whenever the ice is required, we can start the process, and it is very fast. We will get ice on demand. Ice is ready to use immediately after manufacture. Does not need crushing than that of block ice. Demerits. The plant is less robust and more complex and requires skilled engineers for maintenance. Because of its higher surface area, the ice melts more quickly. Weight for weight, flake ice requires more storage space. The ice produced has to be weighed before sale rather than being sold by the unit. These are the demerits of flake ice. Next one is slush ice. Slush ice is a mixture of ice crystal in water and water slurry. The ice is formed by freezing ice crystal out of a weak brine solution in a tube in tube heat exchanger, also called a scraped surface heat exchanger. Water is frozen as tiny round ellipsoid crystals about zero point 0.2 to 1.3 millimeter diameter on the inner tube surface, and a rotary screw conveyor moves the ice crystal out of the heat exchanger into a storage tank with water. The resulting mixture of ice and water, slush ice, can be pumped from the storage tank through piping or hoses to the fish chilling area or directly to an insulated container. The density and fluidity of slush ice can be adjusted by regulating the amount of water added so that they can be tailored to different applications. And what are the merits of slush ice? It ensures faster and even chilling of fish to or below 0 degrees Celsius due to the improved heat transfer. It gives better contact with fish surface without bruises or pressure damage. It is claimed that ice contamination is significantly reduced due to the seal system designed of the ice maker and storage. It can be pumped directly to where it is needed, so there is not necessarily a need for storage. That's about demerits and merits of ice. First one is block ice, flake ice, and slush ice. Thank you.